Hey guys, this is Champion Marks here for an Ubers match that I had versus the Antar1011, I believe he was. I have some good news. I finally got the ability to edit my videos, so they're not going to be as massively long as they usually are, which is really awesome. But anyway, let's get this battle going. Anyway, I got that Groudon Kyogre Rayquaza combo going on because I love to 3rd gen. And anyway, lead off with Groudon. I'm thinking his Deoxys attack would be a Hazard's lead, even though that's usually what the Deoxys speed likes to do. Yeah, he hits me with an Ice Beam, and that does a lot. I was expecting to die, but in the words of NBZ, in Ubers, shit lives that you would never expect to. Anyway, get the Thunder Wave off, which basically cripples that Deoxys forever. And luckily I do get the Para Hacks, so he doesn't kill me with the extreme speed, and I get to lay out my rocks, which is pretty useful, because he does have a Reshiram in the wings, which, yeah, having Stealth Rock damage on that's going to be pretty nice. I was hoping that he'd get another Para Hacks, but, sadly he doesn't, so he does kill me with the extreme speed. I go out in a Champion Marks 2. Reason it's named that is, like, back in 4th gen I had 2 Arceuses. One was Ghost-type Calm Mind, the other was an Extreme Killer. This is the Extreme Killer one. Anyway, I go for the Extreme Speed to kill his Deoxys. He goes into his Giratina, and I was kind of questioning why he did that, because I'm in nowhere near a range where he could kill me with a Shadow Sneak, and I'm a normal type, so he wouldn't be able to do that anyway, so my best guess is because he didn't see Life Orb on me, and I didn't try and go for a setup move or something, I guess he thought I was Choice Banded. Maybe that was his thought process, but whatever. I just go for the Shadow Claws. He puts up a sub, break the sub with another Shadow Claw. He goes for Outrage. Thankfully, he is slower. Anyway, he does a crap ton of damage to me, about half, but I do just kill him off with another Shadow Claw, which is really beneficial, because didn't really have anything else that I could have used to combat that Giratina very well. Especially with him having the sun out, he may have had a hidden power fire, so yeah, could have killed Minotaur. Anyway, in comes this Reshiram. I'm not sure what it's going to go for. I thought it would go for the sun-boosted blue flare, because honestly, that's what I would have done, but no, he goes for the Focus Blast as I switch into Lugia, not even predicting that, but it works out perfectly because I double resist it. And yeah, goes into his Excadrill. I was hoping to get the Toxic on something, but because he brings an Excadrill, it doesn't work out like that. And here, I think I either go for the Ice Beam or the Whirlwind. I think it was the Whirlwind. As he goes for the Rapid Spin, which I kind of wasn't expecting, because you don't really expect to see a Doryuzu in Ubers, even though now it is Uber, which is kind of sad, but anyway. Just didn't expect to see that Rapid Spin, especially considering it's faster than me, so it's probably got the max speed, which is even more annoying, because it's actually able to outspeed some of my Pokemon, but yeah. Goes for the Shadow Ball, the Reshiram does, that got switched in on my Whirlwind. I go for the Toxic, and judging from that damage, that Shadow Ball is probably Choice Specs, but I kind of am under the assumption that was Scarfed this whole match for some reason. And I really didn't ever consider the Specs, even though from that damage it probably would be Specs, considering how massive Lugia's special defense is. Anyway, I go for the Roost, because I don't want to die to a Shadow Balls, so I kind of want my health back, but yeah. Here, I believe his Excadrill goes for the Rock Slide. It does good chunk, but because of my physical defense investment, it doesn't do over half, anyway. And I go for the Ice Beam to get rid of its Air Balloon, because really everything I have to kill this, aside from Kyogre, needs Earthquake to kill it. So, yeah, if I don't want this thing to be a whole lot of trouble, I need to get rid of that balloon. Goes for the Rock Slide. Again, no flinch. I go for the Roost, get all my health back, which is awesome, because, yeah, I kind of want this Lugia to be alive to wall that Reshiram for days later. And it'll probably help against his other bulkier Pokemon. Anyway, switch out here, go to my Ferrothorn, because I'm thinking this Excadrill probably can't touch me for anything. Because most Excadrill sets run X-Scissor, Earthquake, Rock Slide, If that's its set, then it can't do anything to me, even though I'm special defensive variant of Ferrothorn for taking on Kyogre. Yeah. Switches into his Onion, the Ludicolo. I guess he's running this for Rain counter, whatever. I go for Leech Seed, doesn't affect it, and he surprises me with a Focus Blast. I was not even sure, I didn't even know that Ludicolo could learn Focus Blast, but okay, that works. It's Life Orb, which is good, because that means it'll be a lot easier to wear this thing down, and yeah, because I know he has this Ludicolo, I want to kind of keep my Kyogre for as late game as possible, so I don't want to give it that Swift Swim. Go for the Protect here as he goes for the Ice Beam. I guess he was using that for accuracy's sake to try and kill me, or predicting to switch into Lugia. Here, I switch into Lugia anyway, because at this point I don't believe he has Stealth Rocks up, so even if I do take an Ice Beam, it doesn't really hurt me that much. And yeah, like, fondly enough, I actually coaxed him to going into the Focus Blast to get so I got pretty much free switch into Lugia again, which is awesome. And here, I believe he switches into his Groudon. I thought he would switch back in Excadrill, so I went straight for an Ice Beam, and yeah, it does almost half to his Groudon. I find that very strange that his Groudon took almost half from a no special attack investment Lugia's Ice Beam, yet mine managed to live a probably max special attack Deoxys attack form. But anyway, goes for the Stone Edge, does a lot. Thankfully I'm faster, because Lugia actually has an amazingly high speed stat, which is kind of strange for a wall, but in Ubers it works. So yeah, I can outspeed him, go for the Roost, and his Stone Edges won't be able to do anything to me because get rid of my flying type, so they're not super effective anymore. Here, he just goes for the Stealth Rock, I guess predicting my Roost, and yeah, that's not the best, because unlike him, I don't have a Rapid Spinner, so Lugia is going to be kind of hampered by those Stealth Rock. And now I think I switch out my Lugia. Okay, I didn't know I did that anyway. Go into my Farthorn, because I was expecting another Stone Edge, and yeah, I can take those, even though they're, I'm not defense bulky, like I said, I resist that, and Notori just has really, just naturally high defenses, so yeah. Here, I'm thinking, okay, he's either gonna kill me with the Earthquake, or he's gonna switch out expecting the Leech Seed so that I can set up a free layer of spikes. He switches out expecting the Leech Seed, I get up another layer of spikes, which is awesome, because now I actually have some entry hazards out there to hurt stuff with. And yeah, his Excadrill no longer has the balloon, so those spikes are actually going to be a problem for it. And as long as I can stop it from rapid spinning, that's pretty much going to help out almost kill pretty much everything on his team. Goes for the Focus Blast. I was kind of hoping it would miss, but it doesn't, so I don't get the final layer of spikes up. Doesn't really matter, though. Go to Arceus, and I just decided to go for the Extreme Speed here, because I want to get rid of that Ludicolo so that my Kyogre can come in later game and not be threatened by it. So yeah, just go for the Extreme Speed. He Death Fodders his Groudon, which I guess was the best play he could have made. And here brings in his Excadrill. I was kind of surprised at the fact that it outsped me. I mean, Arceus is 120 base speed, but I'm running the standard Extreme Killer set with no speed investment, so I guess it does outspeed me, whatever. Go into number 1, the Rayquaza, because Rayquaza is to number 1 legend, or at least my number 1 favorite anyway. And here, Doryuzu or Excadrill doesn't have its balloon anymore, so I just go for the Earthquake, gets rid of it, clean, one-shot, and now it's basically GG, because all he's got left is Ludicolo and a poisoned, approximately like half-elf after spikes, I think, Reshiram. So just go for the Extreme Speed again, kill off Ludicolo, because, yeah, Ludicolo can't really take hits from Ubers that well. Brings in his Reshiram, takes some spikes damage, it's poisoned, so really, I'm just going to go for the Extreme Speed to try and chip off as much HP as I can before dying to whatever its hit is. and it just decides to go for the Shadow Ball. Now, I know that I pretty much got this game in the bag, because even if he does manage to kill off my next Pokemon, the Poison will take him out, will take his Reshiram out along with it. But I just go into my Scarf Kyogre here, because, you know, just wanted to show off my Kyogre, and go for the Surf to seal the match. Excuse me. So, good game, Antar1011. Really awesome. Don't get to play Ubers that much, but yeah, it was